Alright, my name is Sofia. I am a new member of the content crew, and here is my Instagram if you want to follow me. Today we are doing 2 cute furry friends for Easter. We have a little chicken, a chicken, and a little egg and a bunny. Both of these are super easy to do, so I would say anyone can do it. And how about we just get started with the chicken? So I have already prepped my tip. I just chosen a base color. You can do any base color you want, really. And then I just added a matte top coat on top of it. And let's see. Where's my camera? Oh, there's my camera. I like to use really thin brushes. Hey, Alva! You can obviously use a thicker one if you want, but this is what I chose to. I like to do everything as complicated for myself as possible. And you work with tiny brushes. You will notice later that I have even tinier brushes than this, so that's just what I decided to do for my life. So there we have my chicken. I'm gonna start with the shell of the egg. Oh, super blurry, of course. And this egg is actually kind of the same one that Selena did on her live last week. But I'm actually gonna show you how you can do these dots by hand if you don't have that same kind of glitter gel she was using. But let's just start with the shape. So just go across the whole nail. More paint, turn upside down. Where am I? There am I. In a zigzag motion like this. Right now I'm just lining out where I want the shape to be. So I mean, as you can see, this doesn't look pretty at all. Doesn't have to be pretty either at this point. We're gonna fix it, I promise. So if it looks like a hot mess, don't worry. It's not gonna look like a hot mess in the end. It's just a temporary hot mess, and those are fine. So I am just roughly getting the shape done. Just so I can see where to fill in, basically. And when I have it filled in, I will perfect the lines even more, because, I mean, still not the best. But at the same time, we want this to look like the chicken has cracked open the egg by itself. So, it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, if you crack an egg, it's not gonna look perfect. I'm pretty sure most people here has cracked an egg at some point. If not, I'm sorry. But it's not gonna look perfect. So if it is a little bit jagged, like, I mean, it's not going straight across the nail, as you can see. I just threw it on there. And that is A-okay. And now I'm just going to fill in the whole shell. Actually, let's not make it so complicated for myself. Let's take a bigger brush. For once, for you guys, I'm going to make it a little bit less complicated for myself. Hey, Monette. So, filling in. And as I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. And this kind of design is actually really beginner friendly. This is pretty much how I started getting into doing more character designs. If you have seen my Instagram, you might have seen like how I do pretty detailed like Disney characters and stuff. Well, this is how I started. Started with easy designs that are more forgiving, and then I went to more detailed stuff. Alright, so I have it filled in now. There we are. And as I can see, I am not... I mean, the shape is fine, but I'm not super happy about it. So I'm basically just gonna go in the wet layer and drag out the color where I want it to be more straight, or where I want to fix the shape a little. But I'm not gonna spend too much time on this because it's not the main focus. It's just a tiny detail, like a tiny home for our little furry chicken. I love the nails you're wearing yourself. Oh, thank you so much. These are what I'm having on. Of course, I've thrown on some Moonflair crystals, but don't judge my outgrowth. I know I need to get a fill, but I just haven't found time for it. That's the struggle of being a nail tech. Oh, where am I? Here am I. I'm also the type of person that I can't wear just one simple color. I have to do some kind of different design. And yes, I do it on myself. Okay, ignore that one. On my other hand as well. Meaning it takes me forever to do my own nails. So most of the time when it's about to be time for me to do a fill, I will start with one hand and then maybe a week later I'll do the other one. So yeah, don't look at my nails too often, at least not when it's a fill time. Alright, this is as good as it's gonna get for now, so now I'm just gonna cure it. And for those little dots, I actually chose to do a brown color, more like a chocolate brown, to represent the, I mean, those eggs, if you've seen them for Easter, they are usually filled with chocolate. And this one is filled with a chicken, and we have the chocolate on the outside instead. So we are taking chocolatey brown, like dark brown, like something like that, super dark. And what I actually like to use is the picker upper tool. But I use obviously this side. I think it's perfect size for this. If you want to use, you can use a dotted tool or something like that instead, but I went with this one. And I use it a lot for like smaller details. It works perfectly fine. So it's a multi-tool. And basically what I'm just gonna do is on some places where there, I'm going to just add a dot, something like that. And where I want the bigger part, I'm gonna make sure I have more gel on the tool. Oh wait, that's too much. Maybe something like this. I don't know if you can see. Hello, there. You got a big blob on there. Add it to the nail and just drag out a little. And there's the blob. Vad använder du för färgsorter när du gör nail art? I usually use, I prefer using gel paints when I do all my nail art stuff. Or, of course, you can use, well, I use buttercreams. Anything that's really highly pigmented, I would suggest. Because you don't really want to add too many layers. You might start messing up your design if you have to go back and do the color many times. So if I can find a gel that only needs one coat, that's the perfect way to go. For these dots, just add randomly. Like there's no right or wrong what to do. You decide how many dots you want and where you want the dots. If you want them to be more up there, nope, never mind. Like that, or maybe like that. So you basically dots, bigger, smaller, however you want. And we cured that one as well. tid tar dina Disney-naglar? My Disney nails usually take me, well, it depends on how detailed I'm doing, but between 2 to 4 hours maybe, I would say. I like to sketch them out beforehand with just a regular pencil, and then do the outline in black, so that's probably why it takes longer for me to do it, but it's the perfect way for me to do it, and makes me happy, so let's again do it more complicated for myself than I need it to be. That's how I roll. Now for the chicken. Honestly, we're just gonna basically paint. What we're gonna do is just paint like a half circle basically, and then fill it in to start with. And again, doesn't have to be perfect. Chickens are just like humans. All are different kind of special snowflakes. No one is perfect. And how big you want the chicken is all up to you as well. I decided to go for a little bigger one, so I cover more of the nail, but if you want to just do a tiny one, you can do that as well. So basically, just what you have to do is think like you're doing a circle. So now I'm stopping here, obviously, because here's the shell, but if it was a circle, I would go more around here as well. And let's go around the shell. Like that, and just fill it in. So as I said, really, really simple. If you can draw a circle, you can draw a chicken. Even if you can't draw a perfect circle, you can still draw a chicken. Ringa för en att det säger hej, du har inte missat mycket. And of course, as always, I get messy. Let's clean that up. This is why you should be wearing gloves while painting. So don't do like I'm doing. I feel like this has been a Moonflair Live mantra, where we do things, but you are not supposed to do it. And of course, I have to join the club. Why? So when you are painting, if you don't want to mess up your nails, wear gloves. Easiest thing to do. What's your favorite thing to paint? Oh my god. Why are you asking me so hard questions, Moet? Favorite thing to paint? Do I have to pick something? Can I just say anything? Anything hand-painted, so everything? Is that a good enough answer? No, but I've really been liking doing like all the English is hard. Characters I started doing recently. I have a lot of those coming. I have so many I want to do. I can't pick who to start with. So if you want to help me, tell me who to do. I would gladly appreciate that. Here we have the start of our little chicken. If you want, you could of course just stay like this. But if you want to make it a little bit more fluffy, we are going to clean, take away. I have a little bit paint left in my brush, so I'm just going to wipe that off on a lint-free wipe. And basically, to make it look fluffier, all I'm going to do is push the brush in and drag it out. And here you want to have a really, really light touch. Because if you start pushing in, I'm just gonna... No, wait, I'm not gonna mess it up and show you. But if you push too hard, the little lines that I'm drawing are gonna look super huge or wide, and it's just gonna look weird. It's not gonna look like fluff anymore. It's gonna look like, I don't know, weird. And we want the fluff. So just go around the whole head from the chicken. And of course, since this isn't a client, we are going to turn around the nail. But obviously, if this was on a client, I wouldn't have them turn their finger like this, because that's just not gonna work. Unless you can make them turn their whole finger, then sure, go ahead. And here as well, there's like no really right or wrong how much fluff you're gonna do. You can do how much you want. You can these lines, you can even drag them out even further, but then it might start looking more like the chicken has gotten like an electric shock or something. So I mean, if you want that look, sure, go for it. No one's stopping you. You are the master of the chicken. You decide how it's gonna look today. And I also decided to add like a little extra fluff thingy over here on the top of the head. And that one is also super easy to do. So what you want to do is grab a lot of product on the brush. Or maybe not too much, but like a good amount. Something like that. So you want to make sure you have, like, if you can see on the tip of the brush, there's more hanging on to there. Press it down and drag it down. And there we go. And now we do the same thing on the other side. I mean, if you even want to, you can just leave the brush and wait for the gel to drop down a little. But now I feel like we're good enough, so we're gonna press down and drag. And there's our chicken. So now we cure him. Let's say it's a him, because I can. I think I missed a question somewhere. Do you usually use a picture for inspiration, or do you just create directly? I have a picture up all the time. I just either go on Google or Pinterest and look up whoever I am planning to do, and then I copy that onto the nail, basically. If I have a clear idea like of what character I'm doing, if I want to make up something, like for example this chicken, I just did it. I had an idea in my head and I did it. So here's where we're at now. We have a little fluff. I mean, you could basically leave it here as well, and then you have the back side of the head. But we want to add some ice to this one. So I am gonna grab a black gel paint and a dotting tool. I have decided I wanna use this size, but you can of course do whatever you want. It's your chicken. You are the master of your own chicken. Oh my god. Eyes are like the easiest thing to do, I feel like. You wanna grab some I lost my train of thought. You're gonna grab some gel on the dotting tool, decide where you want the eyes to be. Oh wait, this might be too big. Never mind, try. Dot it. And as you can see, I chose a too big of a size. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take a wipe and remove it. That's the beauty of gel. If you make a mistake and you have cured everything in between, you can just move it. So we're trying the other side of the dotting tool instead, a little bit smaller. And hopefully we can give a normal sized eye and not a big ass one. We are doing a chicken, not a chicken Mike Wiskowski or whatever his name is from Monsters Inc. Try again. Take 2. Starting on. Oh, there we go. And if you have feel like you have too much gel on and it wants to spread, go around in tiny, 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 tiny circles until you see that it's released from the dotting tool. And there's one eye. Now again, we want it to have 2 eyes. And we have nothing on the dotting tool. Good job, Sophia. Okay. And we're placing the eye right. See, no, like that. And there's 2 eyes. Now, apparently this chicken is gonna be a little bit special with one eye slightly bigger than the other one. But as I said, every chicken is special in their own way. And this is how this chicken is special. Now we're gonna cure that. And since it's a black gel, I would actually double cure it just to be safe. Because I am unlucky and usually tend to smudge out my black gel and if I don't cure it enough. So double curing it is. Because what I want to do next is add these tiny, tiny little, I guess we can call them reflections, on the eyes to make them pop a little bit more. So you want to really make sure you have your black gel cured for that, or you're gonna cry. And we don't want to cry today, we're gonna have fun. Once again, I'm gonna use my trusty multi-tool, or I've decided now it's a multi-tool. I'm hoping I don't get sued for that. As soon as it's done curing. You'd think I'd be patient with everything on this, considering all the details I do, but I am not patient with waiting for the lamp to cure. I hate it so much. So we're grabbing our multi-tool and just white paint and adding tiny, tiny dots like there. Let's go again. Tiny, tiny dots on the top of the eye, or like to the side a little, and one more. And there we have some more lively eyes. And we're curing again. And my dread waiting. Do you guys have any tips on what you can do while waiting? Do you like sing a song, or? I feel like whenever you're waiting and you have a client, it just feels so awkward. Even though you've been chatting about during the whole service and like having fun and all that, and then as soon as you sit and wait, it gets quiet. Like no one knows what to say when you're sitting there in quiet, staring at the lamp, hoping for it to turn off. Am I the only one having that problem? Am I going too fast? Do I have everyone with me still, or have the chicken killed you all? Murdered chicken. Of course, again, I feel like everything with this design you are optional. Like you can decide what you want to do, where you want to stop, how much you want to add, and that's the beauty of it. You can just decide how you want your chicken to look. But, so, I mean, if you want, you could stop here. But I feel like he needs a beak. He needs a little beak. How else are he gonna talk? I mean, I guess not talk, but make his little chicken sounds. For this, I'm actually gonna, I don't even know if you can see it. I'm gonna use an even tinier brush. There we go. Super, super tiny brush. I use this one for pretty much all my details. All this super tiny details. And värsta när man bara lagar en nagel, det är bara ja. Oh my god, yes. Thankfully, I don't have a lot of my clients coming back to just fix one nail. I don't know, they don't want to, or they just don't have an issue. But yes, waiting for just one nail is horrible. And for the beak, I am basically just gonna do an upside down triangle. It's really that simple. Upside down triangle. Oh my god, I can't speak. Upside down triangle. There you go. It's all you need. And since it's so tiny, you can pretty much fill in the middle as you're doing the lines. Like this. Where am I? Here am I? Boop, boop. And there we go. Now he can speak. I guess, if he wants to. Maybe he's shy. No, I don't want him. Klipper du dina borstar? Yes, I actually do. I usually tend to like buy at least 2 sets of the same brush. So I keep one as the original. And then I have one that I cut. I can actually show you what I mean. So this one, hello, we have the swirly in its original beauty. And then I have another one. I don't even know if it's gonna see this, but oh well. Nope, hello. This one I'll cut. I basically only have one tiny strand of hair left, holding on for dear life. Yeah, so I do cut my own brushes sometimes when I feel like it. And here's our little chicken. Whenever you're doing designs like these, like characters or anything like that, I would recommend doing a matte top coat. The shine is pretty much just gonna take away all the hard work you just did, like the... Hold on, wait, I'm gonna see if you can see. Like this white line is going straight through the chicken, and now he looks sad and distorted. And we do not like that. So if you're doing this on a client that usually don't get matte top coat on the nails but wants a design like this, try and pursue them to do matte, because it's just gonna look 10 times better than with shiny one. I lost my pen of thought again. So matte is the way to go. I mean, if you're doing a design like this, you could do like these two on like 2 nails. So for example, often when I do some kind of design on my nails and a client wants 2, I don't know why, but I go for middle and ring finger. Or if they want just 1, I usually go for ring finger. But you can then try and persuade them to have at least that nail in a matte. And then if you're just doing like a color, solid color or a glitter on the rest of the nails, do those in shiny. And then you get the best of both worlds. My clients don't get to choose really. If I want it matte, then it will be matte. Or you can do it that way. You choose for the client. I guess that works too. I don't know if I would do that with a new client, because it might end up... I mean, if you have a client you really know, then yes, of course, you can do that. But with my new clients, I usually don't try and persuade or tell them what we're doing. I'm letting them choose so they can feel comfortable and I don't scare them away, because I don't want to do that. That'd be sad. Wrong one. Here we have our little chicken. We're gonna do some wipey to get the tacky layer off. And he's alive. There we go. What should we name him? He needs a name. I have a thing for naming all of my fur things. Or like little kramisdjur, whatever it is English, I have named them. Vad för färg i botten? Oh, hello. There we zooming in. I have used this one, My Pretty from Light Elegance. I mean, you can use pretty much any color you like. I just opened my drawer, grabbed a color, and apparently this one's the first one I got to. I would maybe say and still do like a nude or light color in the background. That way, oh my god, I get so many names. That way the design can really pop. If you would do, for example, black background, you would have to do all this design in white first and then add the colors on top, and that just feels like too much work, honestly. I mean, if you have the time for it, sure, go ahead and do it that way, but easiest tip for me, or from me, that I would do, choose a light background. Okay, guys, I see a lot of suggestions for name, but why are they all gubbnamn? Yes, gubbnamn is what these are. Please, what is this? You all got for the same idea. We are going to do... Yes. Okay, no, we are doing... I like this idea. Maria's idea. We are going to confuse everyone, and we are going to name him Björn or Bear. Just cause we can. So there we go. We have our little Björn. And he will live there. Now then, for our little bunny. We are team who loves gubbnamn. I can see that. I did not know I was going to be a part of a team who loves gubbnamn. I am not sure I am a part of that gubbnamn craze, honestly. But I guess I have to join now. So maybe we can do a gubbnamn for the bunny. Just cause. To make you guys happy. But with our little bunny friend, I started with the same base as I did for the Björn, for our little chicken. Just in case you wanted it to be like a whole set, it would be more cohesive. Yes, who can translate gubbnamn? I have no idea how to do it, so that's why it's still gubbnamn for me. I don't even know how to translate gubbe. Oh yeah, I guess old man, now you know when you say it. Yes, okay. Is the bunny a girl or a boy? Whatever you want it to be, Patricia. You get to decide. If you want it to be a boy, it will be a boy. If you want it to be a girl, we can make it a girl. Again, we're gonna start with a half circle for our little bunny. Easiest way to start with a head, do a half circle. And since this is not on a client, I am going to turn around the whole nail. If you want to turn your client's hand, sure, go ahead, but please make sure you don't break their arm. I do not suggest that. So I have started with a half circle for the base of the head, and then I'm basically just gonna fill that out. And now if you thought, oh, sorry Björn, if you thought Björn was complicated to do, I'm gonna tell you, this little bunny is going to be even easier and even quicker, because we are going to use, what, 4 colors? No, not even 4 colors, 3 colors. And one of those colors are black for the eyes, and as you saw earlier, the eyes were just a dotty dot. Anyone can make a dot a dot. But we're filling in this head, and again, doesn't have to be perfect. Perfect is what I try to say. Just like with chickens and with humans, all bunnies are special snowflakes. But I feel like we can do this head a little bit bigger. I mean, we do have a lot of space, so might as well go for it. However, make sure you don't make the head too big, because you still want to have space for the ears. Otherwise, it won't be a bunny. At least I have not seen a bunny without ears. I don't think I want to see that either, so please don't show me that. I didn't, when I made this one, I actually didn't make it as fluffy as I did with the chicken, but technically you could use the same. Actually, let's do it. Why not? We have the time. We are going to take our brush and just clean out the extra gel in it, and then we're gonna do the same fluff. So I can basically show you again. Take, where am I? Here am I. Take the, I lost the word, brush. Oh my god. Take the brush, dip it into the hair and drag out. And of course, don't put too much pressure when doing it. Like really, you need a light hand for this. You don't have to press too much, or it's gonna look crazy, super crazy. We are gonna add ears to this one, I promise, but you can still, just to make it easier for you, do the fluffing part. Yes, we're gonna call it the fluffing part. Do the fluffing part first. So basically just drag out the gel for how much you want. If you want to make it fluffy, you do it fluffy. If you want to make it look like he or she got electrocuted, do a longer strokes, like really long strokes, and then you got yourself an electrocuted little bunny. All right, so now we have fluffed him up. Let's give him or her, I guess we haven't decided on a gender yet. Let's give it some ears. No, that sounds mean. I don't know why, but calling something it just sounds mean to me. So, for now at least, it's a he. Just to not confuse my little brain. It's a he. For the ears, as you can see here, maybe, if I can make it, there we go. I did one just straight up, super easy. Basically just two lines up and then a curve at the top, and there we go. And the other one I actually decided to flop over. I'm not sure if I can call that the correct term, but that's the Sophia term. We flopped over the ear. So let's start with the straight ahead one. Try and figure out where's the middle of the head, which will be somewhere around there. And then go a little bit to the side of that. And draw, oh my god, why am I shaking? And just draw a line straight up. And of course you decide how long you want this little bunny's ears to be. And now I gone oh my god, I gone a little bit too crooked up there. So we are gonna fix this line by going back into it and going more straight up. Like this. And just fix our little mistake. We had a really weird looking ear coming there. Do you like metal? Finland got lots of great metal bands. Yes, that's the only music Finland is good at, and I don't like it. I can't say I'm like a big fan of it, but I also don't have anything against it. It's not really the type of music I would put on, but if someone is playing it, I won't run the opposite direction. So I mean, I'm okay with it. I have grown up with it a little bit because my dad liked it a lot. So I mean, yeah, I kind of listen to it, I guess. But now, not so much really. And now, as you can maybe see here, I got a little bit carried away and distracted and had way too much gel on my brush. So I am just gonna try and remove what I have on my brush right now and scoot these to the side. Because I mean, we're gonna fill in this air anyway, so this was fine. We can fix it. Everything is fixable if you just want to try. So we're just gonna scoot and scoot and scoot and scoot. Because if you have too much gel in your lines, they're gonna be bumpy. And I mean, we don't really want the bump. So we're just gonna do like that. And turn around to check. Do we want it to be a little bit longer? Yeah, why not? Let's give him long hairs. So we're gonna extend a little bit more. And then we're just gonna curve off the top. Super simple. Turn around and see. Yeah, that feels like a good one, a good line. So we're gonna curve it, and curve a little bit more. Let's see. Vad gör dina kunder mest? Designnaglar eller simpla? Unfortunately, what I have the most right now is just simple gel polish designs. I mean, I think they're fun to do too, of course. I mean, I like having the variety of doing some with crazy designs and some with just a regular gel polish. I personally wouldn't do a gel polish on myself. I need my long nails. I feel naked without them. But I mean, to each their own. But yeah, I would definitely say like gel polish is the most common what I have right now. But I'm also located in an area with a lot of families. Like most of the people who live around here are families we have little kids that might not have the time or can't have long nails, so they go for a gel polish just to have a little bit of something and get some time away from the kids. And I am happy to help those as well. Now we have one ear done there on the side. Apparently we got a little bit more to the side than I thought, but hey, why not? Now for the floppity ear. We are going to go up in a straight line about, I would say, 2/3 of the length that we just did on the straight ear. So just go up. And now you want to make sure you're more to the middle of the head or middle of the nail, because we want the flap to go this way. The flap going that way, I mean, I guess you could do it, but in my head, that looks really weird. And I don't know if a bunny's ear actually can flop that way, so the logical way is go this way. So we're gonna go up, 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 up a little bit more and stop. About there. Sounds good to me. Then we're gonna do a little bit of a curve, like a whoop. We're doing a whoop. Yes. And take it down. Here you can decide how about the stop, about there maybe. And then we're doing another, what was the sound I make? Whoop! Yes, another whoop. Oh my god, I almost lost my voice there. I mean, now just to guide myself, I'd like to just take it up like this. We're gonna fill this in anyway, so this line, you won't be able to see it later on, so you might as well put it there just to make your life easier. We're gonna fix it a little bit like that. I feel like I missed something in the comments about Tesso and some metal something, but yeah, I guess I'll let you do with that, and I'll go back to my bunny. Take the make a line straight down, and now we have connected the ear, like so. And now let's just fill it in. Also, I have not cured this bunny at all yet, so you can still like go in and fix the fluffiness and all that. And I also like to do it that way, because then you can connect the ears better, I feel like. If you do like the head first, cure it. Oh wait, head first, fluff, cure, and then add the ears later. At least I feel like I get like a line here, like you can visibly see where you have connected. Maybe it's just me and we're stupid and can't figure out why it's looking like that, but this way I don't have that problem, so I might as well just do it this way. But that also means you have to be extra careful with where you're putting your hand, and making sure you don't use a polish that will run away from you, because then you will cry. And again, we are not crying, we are making pretty bunnies and chickens. Now, since I filled this one out, I noticed that I did not do big of a floppity flop here. So I am just simply gonna go in and drag it out a little and fix the cure? No, wait, no, the curve. Yes, I speak English, I promise. I just lost the words. Let's fix the ear. And there we have it. Ears. And you can still see the fluffiness a little bit. So, I mean, I feel like on this one, the fluffiness might not be as important, since you are covering up a lot of the head with these ears. But if you want to, I mean, I would at least do fluffy here. That's where you will really notice it, like between the ears. On the sides, yeah, you can, but maybe not as important. But now we're gonna cure him. I think your English is amazing. Thank you so much. I try. I just tend to forget what I'm doing, or what word I was looking for. But then again, I do it in Swedish as well, so I guess there's no hope for me on that one. Now, here I would also, just to be safe, let's do a double cure as well, because I did put on quite thick layers of the white. So we're doing a double cure. Let's find the patient for it. Sit down, take a deep breath, meditate. It's I mean, it's a minute, so you might as well use it for something. Meditation. Think about what you've been doing today, what you're thankful for, and take a deep breath. Alright, we're done with that. He's cured. Now we're gonna add the inner parts of the ear. I'm basically just gonna take pink gel paint and do the same thing. At least on this ear, we're gonna do the same thing we did with the white, but just thinner. Over here, however, you're gonna need to imagine that you have a line going, let me take it up a little bit so you see what I'm meaning. We are gonna imagine that we have a line going straight to here, and that's to how far up we want to go with the pink. So let's do the easy one first. We are gonna, let's start him. Upside down bunny. get some pink. And I'm actually gonna mark out where the middle of the ear is and just do a straight line up there for how far up as well I want the pink stuff to go. And I feel like maybe about there. Let's turn around and see. Yeah, it feels like a good height, I guess we can call it. So I'm basically just gonna do another line on the side just to fill it out, make it a little bit bigger. But really, just so you don't overdo it, I would do a line through the middle of the ear first and then fill it out or make it thicker from there. That way you know where you have the middle and know how far out to the sides you can go without overdoing it. Because, I mean, we still want some of the white. We are not making a bunny with a pink ear. We are making a bunny with a white ear and pink inner ears. But I really just take the brush, go make a straight line, and then curve at the top. So really just match what we just did with the white. And if you have turned your client or your tip around, turn it again to look from this direction as well to see if you're happy. Now I can actually see that I could go a little bit further up. So let's do this. So I'm gonna do the technique again where I have a little bit extra gel on my brush. I let it all, what am I looking for? Pull down, there we go. Pull down to the tip of the brush. And then we're just gonna place it where we want it to be. Let's turn it like this. Press it down and drag. And there you have the curve. Easy way to do a curve if you're struggling with it. But that only works if you're doing something curved that's gonna be filled in. If you are going to do a curve and it's not gonna be filled in, it's a little bit trickier. But there we go. We have given him an inner ear. And just to be safe, I'm just gonna flash cure this for like 10 seconds. Maybe not even that. If I feel like 10. It already looks so cute. The pink color really makes it pop. Thank you. Yes, it does. I feel like it makes it more realistic as well, having have it look like the inner of ear. That was way longer than 10 seconds. To have like the pink on there makes it look a little bit more cute. And I really like having like a color that pops. Obviously, if you see my nails, there we have a lot of popping colors. So I feel like this is a good way to get yourself simple little something. Like it's still pretty neutral with the beige, nudish background and white. So to get some color into this design, just give your ears some inner ears, if you can call it that. Now then, for this one, other one, remember how I said we have to think that we have a line going through there. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna go turn like this. Find my invisible line. Yes, we're gonna find an invisible line. Good luck with that. And we're just gonna paint a little bit like this. And there we have a guide for how high the pink should go without messing up the flop. And then we're just gonna take that straight down. Super simple as well. The hard part, I would say, is imagining that invisible line. As I said, imagine this invisible line. Sounds impossible. Sounds like you, when you're saying that out loud, sounds like you're stupid. But no, that's really what you do. A lot when it comes to these character designs is you have to be able to see the design in your head or have a reference picture in front of you. Because a lot of it comes to the details, and those are what you put into the design afterwards, or you have to like imagine them being there while you're doing the big outline. So that's why I would recommend having a picture if you can't see these designs. And we going a little bit wider like that. And there we go. We got a second inner ear. And we have not messed up with the flap. You can still see that the inner ear ends here, because the other ear is flopping. Let's cure that. Oh my god, I have not noticed what time it is. It's already 9. See, this is what happens when you're having fun. Time flies. Unfortunately. But I promise we're almost done. Technically, if you really wanted to, you could stop here as well. If you want to make it a faceless bunny. But now we're gonna add some eyes. And this time, since I have a bigger head, I'm actually gonna use this bigger size dotting tool, and it's just gonna have to work. I've decided now, it's gonna work. If it doesn't, well, too bad, it's working anyway. I decided it's working, so it's working. So we have our dotting tool with our gel, and we're just gonna place down the eye. Boop. And boop. 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 Like that. Now we're happy. Now we have a start of 2 eyes. They are a little bit crooked, but that's the special about this bunny. We have Björn with one eye bigger than the other one, and we have the bunny with teeny tiny crooked eyes. But that's the beauty of these kind of designs. It just adds a little bit more extra character to him. And all we have left to do basically is just to add those little reflections in the eyes. You could leave them just black, like this, if you want to. But I want to add a little bit more reflection to the eyes, just to give them a little bit extra pop as well, and make them look a little bit less not lifeless, I would guess. I mean, this is cute as well, but I feel like when you add that little tiny reflection to the eyes, that just makes it 10 times cuter. So I always do it when I do these kind of characters. So we do bloop and bloop. And now we just got 10 times more cute. Curing that for a fuel cure. And again, I would suggest doing a matte top coat on this. Persuade your clients to do it, or I guess just decide for your clients that we are doing a matte top coat. However you feel like it. Or if you do a shiny one, go ahead, you can do that too, but just remember that you're gonna get the white reflection going through the whole nail, and that's gonna go through your bunny's head. And I mean, sure, you can do that, but it might look a little bit gruesome having a line going through the head of the poor bunny. So we're adding a little bit top coat, like that. as you can see now, you have the reflection going through the whole bunny's head and makes it look a little bit morphed, distorted, gruesome if you want to. And I mean, that's not really the look we're going for. We are going for cute bunny, not distorted bunny. But that's it. Now we just again back to the waiting game. But here's the ones I did before. I have not named these two yet. Shocking. I guess we're gonna give these two some good names. But there we have our little björn. And soon we have our bunny coming. Nameless bunny, so what should we name the bunny? Any suggestions, please? And thank you. Something else than a good name would be preferable. Because I guess, okay, we can go good names here. Åke and Kurt. We have Åke, Kurt, Björn. And now, who's this? Are we doing another gubbnamn, or are we actually going for a female this time? No, okay, I guess we're going for... There we go, thank you Nattis. Karin. Here we go, we have Karin. Karin kanin in Swedish. So there we go. We got our little Björn and Karin. What did I say? Kurt and Åke. And that's all I had for today. Our cute little fluffy friends. Super easy to do. Quick if you don't get distracted and talk too much like I did. Oops. And you can easily do this on any client. Just do finish file, your nail, add your base coat, and add these two friends. And then you have your clients have a friend to take with them to celebrate Easter this weekend. Hope you guys enjoyed this live. If you decide to recreate this, please tag me and Moonflair. I'd love to see. There we have my socials again, Instagram handle. And if you have any questions or just feel like chatting, you can just send me a DM. I would love to talk to you guys. But other than that, that's all I had for you today.